Hey, it is Rich,
It's Jermaine.
and
Welcome to the X's and O's of life.
yeah, so we still feel like garbage. No, we don't. We just sound bad. So we are still kind of in recovery. So this may or may not be the normal kind of standard hour show. So sorry. I just kind of feel like this is kind of a cool announcement. So it's going to kind of segue into a few different things. So the wife kind of bought into our, I guess, business and grabbed us a kind of podcast mic set thingy and all these other gadgets that I'm going to have to ask my kid how it works because I'm a little dumb, so that's fine.
But all levels of awesomeness on Tiff's part.
Yeah. And it's going to really kind of up the production value so you can take that however you want to take it. It just means we're going to sound better and we're going to be more apt to get people in this thing instead of just two schmucks on a couch.
Yeah.
So my birthday was what, the 4th? I don't know why I'm asking you, like you're going to know instead of me. And unfortunately we got Tiff sick and she threw a little shindig here, and I appreciate everyone that came through. Sincerely. A few things I didn't really even tell you about. So Kevin, he's gonna start doing artwork for us.
Oh, wow.
Right, he's gonna be our graphics guy.
Sweet.
And he's gonna get help from his partner and partner in crime to get things figured out and start networking us way out yonder too. So we're kind of getting foot soldiers in here.
My previous experience with Kevin at the previous job, as far as his graphic expertise is excellent. I mean, that guy can put together. He's putting together our newsletter for the company, and I mean, he does some awesome work.
And no disrespect to my kiddo for putting his, stank on it, but, if we can get someone that, theoretically is, more of a professional with it, I guess, for lack of a better term. I mean, I'm not gonna, turn my nose down at it. So, that's just kind of an awesome little thing that happened. I can't thank, I know most people don't know who my wife is, so that's fine. But if you saw her level of, oh my God, I'm dying, and then kind of circle back and look at what she actually was able to put together on Saturday for us, it's absolutely stupid how she was able to pull that off. So I can't thank her enough. I got to thank my kiddos too, because they definitely jumped in, and Cassie, the sister-in-law, she definitely jumped in and started making the nibbles. So I appreciate everyone, and Jermaine too. Like, you came over because I told you, hey, look, we're drowning here. So come help us. And we had to figure out how the lawnmower works because we're definitely both manly men. But yeah, everyone kind of just came together and it was great. And I felt like a special little princess, and it was awesome. But that was mine. I mean, I can't say this is the most memorable Christmas birthday I've had, but I think just the sheer amount of effort that got put into it and how everything just kind of came together with all the other things that were going on, that was pretty damn impressive. So I guess I can segue into you here. What's your deal? What's your kind of most memorable birthday, or something you want to share there if you got anything?
Yeah. I actually have a couple memorable birthdays, but I'll share one with you guys that, I went out of town. I mean, I have more birthdays than you. You recently just turned 37, correct?
Yep.
And I'm on my way to being 45. My birthday's at the end of this month, May 26th. And my birthday usually always falls around Memorial Day. And it does again this year. My birthday is Friday the 26th. If those of you that are making Memorial Day plans, Memorial Day is that Monday following, which is the 29th. Similar situation. Me and my college roommate, this is probably 2002, maybe 2003, because I graduated in 2001 from University of Pittsburgh, Pitt. And we said, hey, let's road trip. We screamed the road trip. And we pretty much got in the car and we rented a car and we drove down to Atlanta, hot Atlanta. And we said, hey, man, this is not a family trip. This is not a, bring the friends and cater to anybody. This is just me and you exploring Atlanta for what it's worth. And we went down to Atlanta and we drove down there and, we frequented the strip clubs down there. One in particular, Magic City. And when they say Magic City, that really means it has magic inside. There was Mickey Mouse in there directing traffic when we walked in. But had a great time. I mean, it's a pretty smaller club. It's a little smaller than you would expect it to be because it's the Magic City, like the well-known Magic City. But it was an excellent experience. I wouldn't go into details because we are on X's and O's. That's probably a BDE
right,
conversation to explain.
I'm sitting there holding my breath. I'm like, how deep is he about to go?
I just now thought about it. I'm like, I can't go into any details of how how descriptive the scene was.
Right.
So I kind of will pivot to my other memorable experience, which wasn't so favorable. It was, I can't even remember the year as far as, what year I was turning. But, we were deciding, we knew it was my birthday and we were in Aliquippa and there's, a set of projects up there. It's called Limar Terrace. Those who are familiar with Limar Terrace. It's just a cool hangout spot if you're cool with the people. If you feel threatened by that area, then maybe you have maybe some type of beef with somebody in that area and you don't feel, because a lot of people gather in a certain spot in that area and, they like to have fun, hang out, play games, so on and so forth. But it was one of those things where we got a whole bunch of alcohol and we were hanging at this spot. And at the time there was like not construction, but the road was like unpaved. And if you've like, when they tear up a pavement, sometimes the manhole covers are like are pretty high above the actual gravel, so to speak. Make a long story short, my cousin was driving my car and I guess he turned the corner too fast and hit one of these manholes that was exposed above ground. And flipped my car.
Flipped your car?
Yeah, and the car was in someone's yard, like laying diagonal. Like it wasn't like.
Seems like a hard thing to do.
Like it was unbelievable. It's like, what? How did this happen? I mean, like the car was like this, and it was like almost totally vertical, but it was like slanted, like diagonal. Okay. And the drivers and the passenger had to get out and like jump down. That's how high up in the air it was. And it was a big, police had to come up and we got into arguments because now my car's totaled, the whole nine. So that wasn't a favorable experience, but it was a memorable one. So...
I would definitely stick with you though. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish I could have saw that. Like, that doesn't even seem from like a physics standpoint how that would even like kind of happen.
It was wild. I didn't see it happen. I just, I was around the corner where most people gather, but they were driving around, I guess, joyriding and picking up things and laughing. And next thing you know, you hear all this boom, bam, bang, boom, and next thing you know, it's like, oh man, streets, cars up in the air. And I'm like, how? And here we go.
So you didn't even see it happen. You just kind of were told.
No, I came to the scene. I seen it like after it had happened.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
didn't
saying,
see
like,
it happening.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yikes.
So outside of yesterday, which was a great birthday.
Yeah, I dug it.
Do you have any others that is safe for X's and O's or no?
I don't know, man. I'm not really into like the whole adoration thing, right? So it's always been kind of weird for me. Like I try not to really. I don't like when the lines kind of shined on me.
Yeah,
it's kind of uncomfortable because I'm a pretty selfless person. But I say that, but I'm also like, this day is about me. But I'm also like, can we just say it's about me and then just leave it at that?
No, but I mean, or any of the big ones like the 18, like the 18, the 21. And then 25, and then after that, nobody cares for the next 10 years.
The 20,
the round numbers, 30, 40, 50, 60. You know, it doesn't.
My 21st birthday, I remember my kiddo was young. We went to a bar. They didn't card me. I got a drink.
And you waiting for them to card you.
Then I left and went home.
What?
Yeah. Because, I mean, it was one of those things where I would always kind of do the... I don't know. Yeah, I was in Homestead, actually.
Okay.
And I don't remember the name of the bar, but it was right next to that Walgreens, right before the... not the Clemente, the Homestead Grays Bridge. Yeah, because I look like every other person. Like I spent, my youth kind of partying with the kiddos, not the kiddos, but like the friendos, and doing all that, and going to little house parties, and whatever, just white boy wasted shit stuff. Whatever, it's fine. PG-13 stuff has cuss words sometimes. My bad. I'm sick. Blame that on that. But yeah, like that.
Was it like? Been there, done that. Because I know,
right?
My 21st wasn't. It didn't really feel like my 21st because, to be totally honest, I was going into little places and getting 40s and going to the liquor store at maybe 17, 18 because I always was told I looked older than what I was. So being 21 wasn't really a shocker, I mean, or it wasn't,
right.
It was just those certain clubs, like the clubs are more strict. Like they don't care what you look like. They're carding you. Right. They're not letting you in. So whenever we came to Pittsburgh or to the city and to go to those clubs, yes, the ID was very helpful. But when I was around, Aliquippa or just hanging around Beaver County and going to the spots, I had already was allowed in them. So it wasn't nothing special.
Yeah, and I kind of think that was kind of the, kind of like the token, just going to the bar real quick, get carded, so you can kind of, cross it off your little thing for me. And I'm like, oh, all right then. I'm not getting carded? Okay then, I guess we'll just not do that. All right, fine. So, yeah, I mean, I think if I cared more about my birthday, I think I would have more memorable things. But I'm just so like, I appreciate it, but just I don't know, man. Just don't give me the attention. It's fine.
See, you're like kind of the opposite. Like we're both two people that don't like a lot of attention, and I don't need pats on the backs. I don't need appreciation. But when it is my birthday, that is the one time. The one singular time of the year that I will, so quote unquote, go all out for myself. I mean, most of the time when at any job I'm at, I make sure I have that week off or the week off after that, or at least 2 days, at least a long weekend around it. Like this year, I got the Thursday, Friday, and then we got the Saturday, Sunday, and then I got the Monday. So I pretty much got a week jam packed in there just for my birthday. So, and then a lot of times I try to either plan something to go somewhere, try to do something out of the ordinary. That is the one singular time of the year that I do, put on the blinders and say, "Hey, man, this is my time."
Right.
And that's about the only time.
Yeah, and you know what? I to be fully honest, it's never really in my control. The wife usually just is like, okay, we're gonna go do this.
Yeah.
Because I love you, and I'm like, you're dumb because you do that, but okay, you do that, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, she always makes me feel like I'm actually worth something. So it's always nice.
That's awesome.
So I know that we usually do our draft, and I know we usually have our guest Tiffany, but she is basically upstairs, dying a little bit. So I'm not going to drag her out of bed to go ahead and partake in the draft. So it is Jermaine's turn anyway to choose the draft. And we are going to do that draft, but we're going to extend it for, I don't know, how many more rounds do you think we should do? Because usually it's a four rounder. Once again, I got no idea what it is, so I'm going to ask him since he made it. How many more rounds can we go to kind of?
Well, this is where we're going to have people. We're going to have guest appearances. I mean, that way we're not putting it all on Tiff to, we're going to have guest appearances to be the third person in the draft. But yeah, for tonight's sake, you figure what we would do? 4-round drafts?
Yeah, normally, yeah.
So we would do 4-round drafts.
So it's 12 picks usually.
12 picks. So do we have enough to do 6 each? I don't know. I mean, we can go do our normal 4, but if we got 2 more, I mean, it's definitely a subject that you can keep expanding upon. But it's like I said, it's not a chess match. It's not going to rattle your dome or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. So I will say before we get into this, I will say we do have something else to kind of go over. So, recently you know what? Here, let's just put it this way. Yeah, let's put it this way. Hang on.
Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues.
To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you.
If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you. More scheduling flexibility and at a more affordable price.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com, XOOFLIFE. That's betterhelp.com/XOOFLIFE. A little kind of sidebar to that too. I just kind of want to add a little bit more to that. So I know, look, we get a bunch of different people that listen to this: boys, girls, gals, men, whatever. I'm gonna say this. So from the male community standpoint, it's not really cool, I guess, for lack of a better term, to kind of say, hey, things aren't okay, but it's okay to not be okay. And these people are here to help, and they're here to listen, and they're people like you. So I would strongly suggest give it a look. If you're going through something, no matter how big or small, click the link in the description, give it a shot, see if it works for you. All right, now that we got all the sentimental stuff out of the way here, let's go ahead and delve into your draft, sir. I have no idea what this is. I'm very curious. Let's see what we got, because we're kind of going hybrid here a little bit because we're adding a few more rounds. So
okay,
I know that you didn't plan for that, so this is going to be, yeah.
Okay.
So what do you got?
My draft, the choices are...
The choices?
Well, not the choices, but, things we will be drafting.
Okay.
Is beverages. And not just beverages, period.
You know what's crazy? I thought you were going to do drinks, and yes, let's go.
Beverages that are either extremely common and also profitable. So the beverages that you're drafting, you want to be drafting with the idea you're trying to gain your team. You're trying to surround your team with as the most used and most profitable beverages out there. And as you make your selection, I want you to almost act like you are the beverage and you're promoting yourself to be, or you're marketing yourself to why you should be chosen. So we're going to start off with water, which is...
Oh, you mother...
No. I'm going to say no one can use water.
Oh.
Because water is the essential ingredient of every beverage. So you can't use water. Like I'm not... most beverages are made of water.
That was the
so if it was the NFL, if it was football... Water's the field that you play on. Like everyone needs the field. Now we need players.
Okay, give me your 101. Let's go.
So my first beverage that is impactful, coffee. Start off with coffee. And I'm going to talk as if I am coffee. And now I'm going to say I'm in every one of your businesses. I'm in every one of your workplaces.
Okay. How many rounds are we doing here?
As
want to do 6?
As many as we can go. I mean, if we can try to go 6.
Let's do 6. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna say coffee. Like I'm in every one of your work establishments. I even got stores dedicated to me for fancy ones of me where you pay $11, $12, maybe $15 for a special version of me.
Okay.
Coffee is just one of those beverages that, and I'm very profitable. You have to, you could go as far as Colombia to get the best part of me, So you there's a lot of money invested and it's pretty much everywhere. So that's my first pick.
Okay. Beer.
Okay.
I did that mostly to hurt you.
You did. And I know you did. But at the same time, beer, liquor, and wine are 3 different entities. You can't just say liquor or alcohol and just swoop them all up.
No.
Beer is one specific. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did hurt me there.
I did. I hurt your soul, and I'm very happy about it. So here's kind of the thing. So out of those 3, I feel like beer is going to be the most common because generally speaking, you are going to find beer in more places than you're going to find wine and or liquor. Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you go to a bar, you're going to see more beer and liquor. Maybe you'll find some wine, but generally speaking, any establishment, most establishments, I should say, from a sit-down restaurant standpoint, you're going to have an option to get some kind of, beer.
It's even in the movie theaters now.
Yeah, and you think about, what is one of the biggest advertisers during the Super Bowl?
Beer.
There you go.
They make a lot of money.
You think of a party. What do you think of?
Beer.
Like any celebratory thing, anything like, oh man, my day sucked. I need I just need to sit down and have a nice cold
beer.
Yeah. So,
and then there's like the ales and the hops and the special breweries. And,
you get all the weird kind of deals there that,
pumpkin spice beer.
Right. Like, it's definitely an evolved thing where it ain't just for boys anymore type of thing. You can make it really any type of flavor. And like, look, I'm not even gonna lie. There's this thing called Purple Haze. It is a raspberry. Yeah, it is tasty. So yeah, that is my number 1 pick, and I hope that it hurts you very badly.
Well, part of that family, just so I can swoop up a portion of that revenue that's generated from people that decide to, take the edge off, so to speak, or to, have a few. I'm going to take liquor. Yeah. So wine, you can have wine. I'm going to take liquor because beer is one of those things where beer is with the ladies. I'm more in good with the ladies than your pick. There's a lot of women that drink beer, but most women, I guess it's acquired after so many years. Then they start drinking beer. But when they first start out, most women say, I don't drink beer. I only drink, mixed drinks. I only drink this. I only drink, and
mixed drinks are delicious.
Even if you are a loyal beer drinker, let's suppose you get to a party or a club and it's only 1 hour left. You can't drink beer and get to where you need to get if you want to have a good time. So you need some liquor to speed it up. So liquor is even for the beer drinkers that want to either make their night interesting or speed up some things. So I don't even really have to go into commercials, exactly. So on and so forth. So
there's not really too many ads anymore for it. I guess there is. Yeah.
No.
You don't really see. I will say this from a lucrative. So there's beer is quantity over quality. Liquor, like you're not seeing celebrities really endorse beer all like that.
True.
But you're not gonna. You're going to see someone come out like, hey, this is my new vodka. Or, they're just going to put their name. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a thing. So, I feel like from a lucrative standpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go energy drinks.
That one, you drafted that one a little sooner than I expected, but it is worthy.
I'm going with what's more important to me. Now, I would have put energy drinks 1, but I wanted to hurt you, so I drafted beer. But energy drinks, look, I have cases of these delivered monthly. I don't drink coffee. It is, whether it be a placebo effect or an actual thing, I crack 2 monsters a day, and that's where I'm at in life.
Well, the reason why I thought that you would wait to the later rounds to draft energy drinks is because it's not a staple of American history, not as of yet. It's like one of those things where I'm not saying that it's not impactful in today's culture. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you that 20 years ago there was really no such thing as really an energy drink. There wasn't too many that you knew about.
No, but now,
like caffeine or coffee was that.
If we're talking about lucrative, we're talking about that money-making machine.
Yeah.
How many energy drinks? There's like at least...
It's that new rookie on the block.
But it's not that... But the thing is, it's not even new. Like, you think about the X Games. They're sponsored by Monster or whatever. All these lacrosse things sponsored by Monster. You have, there's a Red Bull, I forget what the thing it's called. It's like some kind of weird, like, let's create a random plane and fly it thing that they do. I don't know. Like, what? I forget what it's called. But, it's one of those deals where for the people that, even like the gamer people, like, that's like the newest big thing. Like, somehow video games are now considered a sport. That's a whole conversation for another day.
Whoa.
Yeah, okay. I don't even want to talk about that. That thing is silly to me, but whatever. Those things are like, people have like, how you would see like the drunk dude at the ballpark with the hat, and he has the 2 cans on the hat.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically what these people are doing as their video games, is kind of like double fisting monsters here. So, even though it's not like, it doesn't have a deep history.
That's what I'm saying.
It's I think the absolute overload it's had on like the current culture and the current kind of and how expensive it is. You go to a store, like, you might be able to find
a four pack of Red Bulls is maybe in the dollar store is like $8-9.
Yeah, no, that's
a 4-pack,
right?
Like, yeah.
So
I'm not discrediting. I mean, it exploded like wildfire. No doubt. It's
and
just
I don't think it's dying.
It doesn't have more than a 25-year history to me.
No, absolutely not. But I feel like just the sheer quantity of how much it's blown up, it's made up for its lack of time
and
with
tradition.
just how just the
mass
sheer
spread
variety of it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it's not just for mornings anymore, kids. It's like people are. I found myself at 5 o'clock in the evening, like you're working. I think about 5-hour energy, man. Like those aren't even energy. Those are energy shots. So like if you just need a quick hitter, like it's wild. So yeah, that's my
second round pick, huh?
Yeah.
All right, my third round pick, orange juice.
Huh. Okay.
And the way I'm gonna market myself is that it's probably more expensive than a lot of juices in the supermarket. I cater to kids. I mean, every time you go to a breakfast joint or you want to have a breakfast, you want a nice tall glass of Mr. Orange Juice.
Mr. Orange Juice.
Yeah, you have to mix me with your liquor.
This man's cross-promoting now. All right.
I am everywhere. I mean, even on the stock market, I remember if you watch that movie Trading Places with him, frozen concentrated orange juice was an actual stock that they were tracking going up and down.
You got a favorite brand, or are you just choosing it for the votes?
I don't have. I mean, there's brands that are out now that the most expensive brand would probably be either those Tropicanas and
Actually, a better question: do you go pulp or no pulp?
I can do either.
Really?
I can do either.
Yeah, I can kind of follow under. I don't really mess with orange juice too much because I feel like I'm at that age where, generally speaking, most things I drink or eat now, I have to make a business decision and decide if it's going to give me heartburn or not.
Yeah.
And usually that
it has a lot of acid in it. Yeah.
All right, good pick. I like
OJ.
I mean, I'm going to go with pop.
Soda.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, how did I miss that?
Yeah, because you're a little dumb.
I'm just not a big soda drinker, but still, soda is ridiculous.
I used to be.
Profitability.
I used to be, and there are occasionally times where I'll go on like a few days binge of like, it's kind of all I want to find. That's all I want to throw in my face hole here. But, I mean, it kind of writes its own thing. I mean, as many flavors as there are can probably be reflected on how many years those things have been around. So they have the funny little, you go to candy stores, they have the weird little like cotton candy, blue raspberry, orange juice pillowcase tasting flavor.
You said pillowcase.
Like, you know what I mean? Then you just have the OGs of the big brands, which I'm not going to name because who knows? I don't know if they'll yell at us or not, so I'm not going to name drop them.
Yeah.
But,
soda's been around for a long time.
Right. I mean, you walk into a store and you walk into the cooler section.
20s.
You think about, at least half of those doors are the variations of soda. Then you got one, and I forgot to mention this, and you have pretty much usually one door dedicated to energy drinks. So, just saying. Just saying.
He said, let me promote that too.
Cross-promote. I can cross-promote too, man.
Yeah.
All right, so fourth round. Go ahead.
Fourth round. I don't know. I mean, I start going down. I mean, I might as well get...
See, here's where he starts tilting.
We start, reaching. But I'm looking for compliments to each other, You don't draft... I'm like the Steelers. I don't draft one brother. I draft two brothers. I draft the brothers that's going to work together.
Man, just tell me your pick.
T. So if I drafted coffee, I'm drafting tea.
Okay, so that's not iced tea. That's just tea.
It's grabbing iced tea with me.
I don't think that works.
How could tea and iced tea not be the same people? One's just a different state of the other.
Because they're two separate, different types of drinks.
One's hot and one's cold. What are we talking about here? So you mean to tell me when I chose coffee, I can't take frozen coffee with me?
I
What are we saying? It's still the same product.
No, because I know iced coffee and then hot coffee. I feel like that could be under the same veil, but I feel like tea and iced tea are very. I feel like there's two different types of things.
I don't get it. It's the same thing.
Look, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you just because, we don't have anyone else to, like, we don't have our mediator here, essentially.
No, but, okay, let's go back to liquor. Now, if I'd have said, okay, I only want warm liquor or liquor that's made in a daiquiri. I mean, it's just two different states. One's a frozen state or a chilled state, and one's a warm state. Like, what are we talking about?
Look, we're gonna keep it. I'm gonna give it to you. Pump your brakes, but this is gonna be run by the boss here. And
he got a controversy behind tea. Wow, that's funny.
I don't know. For whatever reason, it feels like it's two different things. Look, I'll go for it. That's fine. Mostly because I'm gonna do this pick, and I'm gonna kind of sort of not do the same thing, but I'm gonna go all around. I'm gonna go milk.
Oh, I was just thinking about milk.
Did you? That's cool because you don't get it. So go ahead and think about something else. But yeah, so look, you talking about cross-reference and stuff.
Essential to life.
Essential. Like you got chocolate, you got strawberry, you got regular, you got whole, you got the weird skim stuff that's not really even milk.
You ain't even got to just be drinking this milk. It don't even have to be a beverage because you've almost kind of scored double because milk gets added into cooking material. So you're not really using it as a beverage. It's just an essential part of life. So
yeah. I
mean, so how you gonna give me hell behind tea and then come back with milk?
Because I had to think about how I was going to approach it, and I was like, I'll give it to you so we don't have to do this for my pick either. So shut up and deal with your pick. Round 5, kid. Let's go.
All right. 5th round.
We're still running by Tiffany. I feel like
you still won't get the commissioner involved. You still want
controversial.
We got to do an instant replay.
Listen, we got to call New York.
we got to see if T kept his 2 toes in bounds. Right. If Ice-T kept his toes in bounds to see if he could make the catch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow, he took milk.
Sure did.
5th round pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only got one more round.
This dude. Okay. Yeah, let's pretend that you don't know so you can kill time. Come on.
No.
I'm going to start.
I'm dead serious. I'm sitting over here like, okay. Cranberry juice. Nah, I told you I'm drafting brothers. So I drafted coffee and tea together. Now I'm drafting orange juice and cranberry juice. That way we got the whole liquor game locked up. Cranberry juice is an antioxidant. And on top of that, it's one of those things that is becoming more popular because it's getting different derivatives and different type of taste to them. But every bar you go into, every establishment, if you want a mixed drink and you want some type of juice,
I don't feel like, all right, hold on. I kind of feel like you should just be able to get juice and that just be juice.
No, you can't put cranberry juice, apple juice, and
liquor?
Orange juice all in the same.
But you did liquor?
Yeah.
How's that any different? You didn't pick an individual liquor.
No, I didn't.
You picked liquor.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have an orange juice. That should just cover the juice category.
So now you want to dissect liquor into different types of liquor.
Well, I just thought about it because I'm thinking about how I'm going to do it. I'm like, I was thinking maybe I'll do lemonade, but that's juice. Like, we're gonna do individual. You know what I mean? Unless you want to do it, that's fine. I just thought like, do we want to do that or?
I mean, what do you want to break? You want to break liquor down into vodka?
I don't.
Whiskey.
That's the thing. I don't.
Okay.
But I mean, do you want to do the juice that way, or do you just want to say juice is one and that's it, or do you want to do the individual things? Because I feel like generally speaking, we could do the rest of it as just juice. Like just juices.
I think the juices can stand on their own. Okay. I mean, they can stand on. They are their own entity.
Look,
juices.
I'm perfectly fine with it. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there. It was just a fleeting thought.
Okay.
I also cranberry juice is gross. So good pick, stupid.
Yeah, you're crazy. Tell the rest of America that.
I did. If they listen. All right, round 5. I don't really have too many, like... I don't really have too many drinks. Like, I have literally what's, like, here, but you're not going to allow this because it's sparkling water. Because it's water, but it's like a derivative of water.
But all of these are derivatives of water. Almost every one of them has water in it. That goes right up there with Kool-Aid and sparkling water. I mean, Kool-Aid is one out there, but you don't want to draft Kool-Aid. But Kool-Aid, lemonade, sparkling water, I kind of put those in the same category because it's like, it's more water-based.
So you're saying if I choose this, I get Kool-Aid. Ooh, that's like a triple threat. You're stupid. Don't tell me that.
No, you can get...
No, I don't want Kool-Aid, no. I do want... No, I'm going to do sparkling water.
Okay.
Like the sparkling kind of... Like, I personally have the caffeine water, which kind of serves as like a in-between Monsters drink for me.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm just trying to die of some kind of heart attack. But yeah, it's just this. They got a bunch of different flavors. You could just do the regular sparkling ice. It's not caffeine water, which is just fine too. It's kind of like having pop without the bad stuff in it. It's 0 sugar. All that stuff is fine. Like I don't know. It's a nice kind of refreshing, kind of tangy. Well, at least this one, it's citrus. So yeah, okay. That's my 5th one. I don't know how lucrative that is, but I feel like. Well, you know what? It's kind of like a seltzer water, so I feel like it is actually probably a lot more popular than I'm giving it credit for.
It's been around for a long time.
A lot of healthy people are all about it, and that's the health crazes and all that.
I used to get those New York, you remember those New York seltzer waters that used to be in the little bodegas in the stores growing up? Yeah, it was like New York seltzer.
Yeah.
I used to think I was special if I had one of those. Yeah,
right.
I thought that was something. All right, my last pick.
Yeah. Make it good.
It's simple. I'm grabbing all the snobs. Wine. Remember I told you wine was definitely a derivative.
Yeah.
Grabbing all the snobs that's out there, spinning the glasses and sniffing and eating cheese. And they're having, those fancy conversations. And, wine encompasses a lot. And you got people with wine cellars. You got people with that is. You go to any fancy restaurant. That is the 1947 version of the Shalalato and all of that.
I mean, you talk about lucrative. I mean, Jesus. I
mean,
you got people that are like
billionaires is out there drinking wine. So.
Well, not even just that. Like, you got people that are like literal wine collectors. I mean, I know there's liquor collectors and stuff, but it's like. Wine's a whole different type of thing.
Not on the level of wine, yeah. So I got a pretty good team.
Yeah, that's a good little anchor. I like it. I mean, I don't want to go to like a common juice thing. I mean,
you about to go eggnog or something?
No. So I'm gonna go here. And it is. It's kind of like a double pick because they're basically the same thing. Gatorade / Powerade.
Gatorade. I can't believe you're on every sideline.
Yeah.
In every sport.
Yeah. And then not even on that. Like, you think about being ill. You get those electrolytes. You get those things that your body is expelling back into your body. So not only is it like. Yeah, it's good. It's refreshing. They got many, many flavors. They're marketed. There's tons everywhere. But it actually can have benefits for you.
I think we both came with some... Our 5th round picks were kind of shaky, but our 6th round picks both were explosive.
Yeah.
Gatorade and wine? Like, wow. Why didn't we say that sooner? But, hey.
Yeah.
That's the draft. There we go.
I don't know. It's good.
I feel good about my team.
Yeah, I would have been... I wish Tiff could have been on this one. It would have been interesting to see what she.
I told you it was lighthearted. It didn't kill your brain like the words. The words had y'all like, whoa.
That was silly.
I want to add trust to those words, though. Remember when we said trust?
Yeah, I wasn't really trusting you to pick this draft again. Like, you're about to have a strike 2 here, kid. Just saying. Yeah, so I think that was good. So I know, hope to God Tiff is back to normal here next Wednesday because it's going to be hers. Or next...
Saturday. Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, we're actually going to... Yeah, the only reason we
turn it back to the schedule.
Yeah.
Because of the party.
Yeah. But she should be good to go next Saturday, so that'll be, her draft, and we'll kind of jump into that. But just a few little house cleaning things. I went to a game on Friday.
Pirates game.
Yeah. A game is whatever, inconsequential. Since I work at home, I don't really go out and do a ton anymore. Don't really have a reason to. I forgot how much I can't stand being around people in public. And just the general outright, just the rudeness of people, right? Like, like, I had the kids with me, and my friend Tim went, and he had his kid with him, and his kid's friend, and we're trying to get on the subway to kind of, like, get from place to place, and people were, like, pushing to, like, an uncomfortable degree, and, like, we're almost getting separated, so I'm, like, walking back out to get back into, out of the train, so I'm not, like, just separated from my people. And we have to wait another 15 minutes for another train to come. So we finally go on the next train, and it's not as sardine packed, and we're trying to get off, and no, I'm sorry, this other guy's trying to get off, and he's real snarky. He's just like, oh yeah, let me, can I get through here? I was like, yeah, hold on, give me a second here, let me get out of the way. He's like, oh, no, you can just step out and let me get out. I was like, or you could wait for a second. You could wait for a second. Like, you could wait 1 second, you tubby thing. Like, wait a second. And
man, the censorship, the composure you had to hold that in.
Yeah, listen.
You said you tubby thing.
And it was just kind of like, good God, is this how it always is? Is this what it was?
I mean, there's been times I went to, Steeler games, or like you said, Pirate games and these people, they're with their kids too, and it's like, you're really acting this crass, this unprofessional around your children, like to the point where if I really wanted to express my emotions, I'm going to express more than my emotions. I'm going to put my hands on you, and you're going to be laying there on the ground, trying to prove a point that you're, I don't know, I guess you want to show your kids you're more savvy or more, I don't know what are you trying to prove? Like at that point, like, hey, I'm more, rude than the next person, or I don't know what they're trying to say.
I mean, even before we even got down to the game, like when we were going, we took the tee down to there. Like this, it's like 5 o'clock on a Saturday, and it's like 50 degrees outside, and these like group of 4 people, they're just like, drinking and drunk and like just ings and ers. And like one of the guys is like somewhat like cognizant enough to be like, yo, stop. Like there's kids on here, like on the tee.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, whatever. It's just words. It's not a huge deal, but it's a bad look. And it's just like, what do you, like, can you act like you're somewhat of a, like, what are you doing? Like,
so you have some sort of civility at all? Like, I mean,
it just gave me like no faith in in going anywhere. And it sounds stupid, but it's just like, God, I don't miss it. Like I'm not. It wasn't one of. And it's funny because it almost segues off what you were talking about a few episodes back about how you started going to that one, your one spot.
Yeah.
Or you were going to your one spot, and then you stopped, and then you went down to a different spot, and you're like, this is awful. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not on par with that kind of thinking, but it just made me kind of think of that situation where it's like, yeah, dude, I don't miss this at all. Like, I am perfectly cool with sitting at home. I don't want to do that.
Actually, going to the game. As far as the Steeler games or professional football games I've went to, I honestly miss half of the game going to the game. Like, I don't even catch a majority of what's going on because it's like between the tailgating and between all the screams and let me run and grab a couple of beers if I'm getting it for a group and, let's do this and let's do that. And then there's a halftime and you miss so much. Like any game that I go to, I make sure I record it so I can watch, what the rest of America's seen. But going to the game, I guess it's more of just an experience, man. It's not, if you're actually going to think that you're going to go and have the same experience sitting on your couch, no, it's a whole different ball game. Literally,
right? Yeah, and it really is funny. Like, I mean, I went to the game today, and it was like the game was god awful, but we just spent more time wandering around and it wasn't because we're not fans, because me and Kev are
diehards, y'all,
right?
True fans.
But now, with that being said, if the game was actually worthwhile watching, I think we probably
would have
spent more time paying attention.
Yeah,
but you're right. It is definitely a different experience. Like, you go there for said experience. You're not going there to like, I'm going to be able to go ahead and get the in-depth analysis. It's like you're on the scout team.
Yeah.
You're not watching a high school game.
You don't hear the announcers. You're just pretty much watching actions happen, and you have to determine
oh my God. And
your own analysis of it.
And listen, this is hilarious to me too. I never noticed this until Friday. Like, the pregame announcements and all that other stuff they go through. They were like, and closed captioning is available on the MLB Ballpark app. And I'm like, why do you need closed captioning when you're watching a game at the stadium?
Well, the announcer, I mean, he's
saying the person's name. That's it. That's all that happens, and they have it all on the scoreboard. So there's not like words.
Like, he doesn't say like strike, or he doesn't say ball.
No,
nothing.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I mean, the ump. But
I mean, in football, you would hear,
isn't.
First down, Steelers. Like, you hear all of that.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Not in baseball.
No.
Wow.
I'm just like, what
do you need closed caption for?
Right.
It's an all action oriented business type thing, or affair.
Yeah. I just thought that was weird. But yeah, not really trying to abruptly close it off here, but not really too much else to really kind of go off of. I mean, other than, the description or the links for the socials are going to be in the descriptions. Patreon, obviously. I'm going to put the kiddos' Instagram up there too. We are going to be getting some new graphics via Kevin, because apparently he is the demigod to this podcast here.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to start paying him now.
Yeah. Production is definitely ramping up.
Yeah, it's definitely ramped up. There's a lot of cool things kind of that are gonna be happening real soon. So, any love, like we said, that you want to kind of contribute, Patreon's there. If not, whatever.
Feel free to continue to make comments. We still haven't seen any comments as far as our episode with the top 10 songs, in which I'm still shocked, very shocked behind.
Yeah, it's still wild to me. But
so,
hey, you know what? Another thing.
Comments online.
One thing here too, and if you guys can't contribute to the Patreon thing. That's fine. Get the word out of the podcast. Like, share the link with folks. Like, that's equally as valuable to us. Like, building this kind of community and this audience is really the most important thing. The money will eventually come. We're not necessarily worried about that. I mean, no one's going to... No one's going to complain about, hey, look, we got some, we have something to, we have some money there. No one's going to complain, but we're more focused on, like, growing the audience. So, if you can do that, money-wise, cool. If you can't, spread the word at least. So, yeah. So, we will see you on the BDE Street on Wednesday. Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to get into on that one. So, we'll, that'll be maybe we'll touch on your birthday a little bit more in depth.
Birthday experience.
Where we kind of couldn't really delve into it there.
Yeah, maybe revisit that. And at the same time,
oh, we have our dumb stuff that happened,
dumb stuff that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
You sound like you filling yourself up this whole weekend with a bunch of dumb stuff.
Good God, I do. It's and I'm so glad it's uncensored, so I can actually like speak freely. And I love how I say that, like I didn't make the rules for the podcast or something. Like I can't just like do what I want, but still I do want to follow the whole. Listen, let your kiddos say
format.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. Well, my name is. What is my name?
Last time I checked, it was Rich.
Fair. Good.
Okay.
I'll go with it. Yeah, it's Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my name is Jermaine.
Or Jerome.
Jerome, Brian, whatever you want to call me.
We're going to go with Jerome, and Kevin will enjoy that.
And I think he did call me Jerome.
He did call you Jerome.
He dapped me up. Yeah, he was like, what's up, Jerome? I was like, I'm used to it.
And it was funny because he made so many jokes about that today, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, he did? Okay, so he realized
he felt bad. He felt bad. I'm like, oh.
I was just like, I get it at work all the time. Like, people mispronounce my name all the time to the point where at Comcast, ooh, man. It was like all the time, the J's and the P's and the Jeromes and the whole nine. And it was just like, hey, I'm used to it.
I just think it's super funny because I'm like, you made a racism.
You said what?
I was like, you made a racism.
What?
Because he just called you like a predominantly black guy name.
And he's
right. I'm like, it was just funny. It was more of a Family Guy kind of little skit from a show they did. It was just funny.
Okay.
But yeah, he was just like, I was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, Jerome. I'm like, who's Jerome? He's like, Jermaine, isn't it? I'm like, yeah.
I get it all
it sure
the time.
is, but that was hilarious.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, yep. And at the party, he was like, what's up, Jerome? I was like, hey, man, I get it all the time. I'm just thinking to myself, like, what's up, Kev? Now, I could have easily took it a different route and be like, what's up, I could have called him a different derivative of the K name,
There's none.
There is none, huh? I was sitting up there trying to grasp for a name. I'm like,
Ken?
Ken, yeah. I could have said, what's up, Ken? But no, it's okay.
I don't know. It was funny. And I'm like, he just rolled with it. I don't care. Whatever. It worked. But, all right, Drum. So, we will reconvene our shenanigans on Wednesday.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys listening. Like I said, just share it with as many people as you can. And just have a good night.
You just enjoyed the X's and O's of life. See y'all later.
Toodles.